Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Roro 82 here, the railroad archaeologist, with you today. I'm just here next to Northwest 17th Avenue. I'll include a Google Maps link to this location. It's a follow-up video. I was here a few years ago, maybe like in 2017 or 18, to document these old seaboard spurs here. So here you have, there's a couple, they're still around. So these are definitely from the Seaboard. They're either going to be from the last days of the Seaboard airline, or the first days of Seaboard coastline. Yeah, there's a loading dock open behind me. I don't want those people to like call the cops on me and think I'm like trying to rob them or something, because that's how people in Miami think, unfortunately. So yeah, let's look for a date on the rails, although I know that dates on the rails don't necessarily mean when the rail was laid, rather when it was rolled or manufactured. That being said though, it gives us a general idea, and sometimes it's precise, not all the time. The other avenue that we have for investigating history and when things were laid or installed is my go-to website, which is historicaerials.com. I'm not getting paid to promote them or anything. They're very useful in my line of work. So right now I'm walking that's eastward. I've been looking for a date on the rails, but these rails are so rusted. I think, if memory serves, these were last used maybe in the 90s, before NAFTA and free trade agreement was signed. These fell victim to the free trade agreement, outsourcing. So yeah, before there used to be a lot of stuff manufactured here. As I showed you that window that was open, the first loading dock, they were I think making t-shirts or sewing something. I saw those ladies in there. So yeah, this is facing west, and there's a nice little forested area over here. So wearing my steel toes, shorts but steel toes. Jesus Christ, I got this web on me. Oh my goodness. All right, spider web. Look at the spider web right there. I don't know if you can tell. A huge spider web. The main spur is right over there. Actually, there's two more. Oh Jesus, there's a couple more. Okay, so here you go. Here's one. There's that one. And yeah, it's been let's say decades since the train's been here, because look at the size of that. Look at the monstrosity that's growing on that rail right there. That is huge. I wouldn't doubt if there's some homeless people or something living back here. And then we have a third one back here. So this is like the gift that keeps on giving. So here you got chairs, buckets, ice trays, antifreeze, pallets, water bottles, fertilizer, styrofoam cups. Those are going to be there forever. They're not biodegradable. Look at the size of that tree. Certainly that's been there for decades. I recall correctly, I remember Bill Clinton took power, not took power, he was voted in, it's not a revolution, so I guess you can say took power. He was voted in office in 92, he took power in 93, and then he shortly after signed the free trade agreement. So that's when companies started going abroad, outsourcing. And you had sites like this becoming more and more prevalent all over the United States. Still no date on the rails, guys. I've been looking, believe me. Okay, if anybody knows the name of this plant, please comment below. I've seen this plant grow in so many places, at least here in South Florida, and like nobody's ever planted it, and they just grow in the wild like that. I've always been curious, but I don't know how to, like, how would I ask somebody what the name of that plant is if I can't describe it? It's like, I remember when I was a kid, when you didn't know how to spell something, people would say, look it up in the dictionary, but then I'm like, well, if I know how to spell it, how am I gonna look it up, right? Look at that, this looks like freaking a third world country here. All this pollution and abandoned rails. Because in my mind, and I think in many people's minds, railroads in general are a sign of economic prosperity. And I think those are makeshift beds people were laying on. So you have quite the opposite of economic prosperity here. We're walking west, back towards Northwest 17th Avenue. You can still hear some production there. Man. Okay, so these keep going on. This is where we started filming. So you got three. You got over there, that one, this one, and the one all the way to the left. But I think that one is covered already. See, they're long gone. It might have ended somewhere over there by that other factory. And here you got the old school W.C. Hayes wheel stops. Beautiful. End of the road. Andrew, I know how much you're a fan of W.C. Hayes wheel stops. Boom. All right, ladies and gents, always a pleasure. Take care. Let me know what you thought about these old Seaboard Spurs here. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Remember, I drop videos on Wednesdays and Fridays. Please sub if you haven't. Thank you. Bye-bye.